So how would I do correction at lower levels? Let's take a little look. So imagine you heard this during a student short practice, where one asks, what are you doing on Friday? The other one says, baskets, what do you do on Sunday for morning? Well, after the task, I would probably write up something like this on the board, where I would write the reformulated sentences with gaps, and basically I would ask the whole class for ideas of what words are missing in these gaps to help them focus on the grammar forms. What I would do next is then talk to the student who made the mistake or was talking about the basketball, and I would ask them again, open class, what are you doing on Friday? And maybe the student says basketball but not play, referring to the examples on the board. Now, I might say, all right, and then maybe I would get the student to either repeat or I'd write on the board, I'm going to a basketball game. But then I'd be looking to take that conversation a bit further, maybe sometimes using translation if the student doesn't understand, or helping the student with answers where they need it. But in most cases, these are short answers. So I might ask them, who are you going to see? Then we might get different answers. So the student might just say, my son, my daughter. And in those cases, I might then follow up that answer with, is she any good? Maybe even, how long has she been playing basketball? What position does she play? I might need to give examples. Where's the game? I'm not expecting the students to learn these phrases. Obviously, if they're going to see a professional team, I might be asking, where's the game? What's your team? Are they good? How are they doing? Those kinds of questions. Again, we're just expecting short answers here. Where's the game? It might be the name of a place. What's your team? It's the name of the team. Are they good? Yes, no, okay. How are they doing? Yes, no, okay. They're quite simple answers. Finally, I might write up a reformulation or summary of what the student said on the boards for everybody to see. So I'm going to watch my daughter play basketball. I'm going to take my son to a basketball training. I'm going to the Fenerbahce basketball game. These kinds of things. So why do I do correction in this way? Well, the main reason is because I want to focus on meaningful communication above accuracy. And that's why in the first instance, rather than telling the student directly you got that wrong and only focusing on the errors, what I prefer to do is to reformulate what they said and use these gaps to help the students notice grammar forms, but we're not telling the student that their communication failed. The follow-up is then also really important because I also want to help the student to extend their meaningful dialogues, and I do that by asking and engaging with a kind of performative one-to-one in front of the class, where I'm engaging that student in a genuine dialogue. Apart from helping the student share their ideas, build their identity as a foreign language speaker, it will also expose students to new forms. But because it's within this genuine dialogue, usually the students understand what's being asked of them. They understand the key concept of where, good, how long, these kinds of things. And if they don't, we can help with repetition. We can simplify to just where, or we can sometimes use judicious translation. When you do this on a regular basis, what's going to happen is the students will start to hear these same questions, sometimes exactly the same questions, but in different contexts, or similar questions over and over again. And I think that helps build confidence, and I would hope it helps the students outside the class maybe hang on in a conversation for a bit longer, slightly longer. And in doing so, they get exposed to more English. And there it becomes a kind of virtuous circle where they're hearing more language, so they have more opportunity to learn and progress.